Greetings everybody, and welcome here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we are here with the Forward Champion, a show that is much dedicated to putting basically two bands, but it's actually two albums against each other. Before we get into it though, I just want to for anybody who's confused, I'm just trying out this setup here in a different room. I just want to see how it's going to play out for the video. So we're doing one video with it, so I don't know if I'll continue with it or not. But anyways, we're doing the Forward Champion. For those of you who are new to this, basically that's two albums. I pick two albums and they go against each other in a challenge, and you, the viewer, gets to vote for them. So whichever one you like the best. Now, we did one last week, and Gentle Giant came through and won fairly easily, and so it will be going up against the last challenger for it. If it wins this one, won't be back next week. It'll be retired. No matter what happens, this is its final episode. So this is the album that is currently the championship album. And I can never figure out which way this goes. Gentle Giant's Acquiring the Taste, and it will be put over here, going up against the Who's Next. One of the great albums of its time, great hard rock albums of all time, I think. One of my favorite albums anyways. So we have Gentle Giant, which is the champion, and the Who's Next, which is the challenger. If Gentle Giant wins, he will retire to the Grand Championship at the end of the year. If he loses, he's out of the tournament, and next week we'll have this album in against the challenger. So we'll start with the champion. So for most of you who have been watching this series know that this is a fantastic album. I don't really like the cover because I never quite know how it goes. And in order to read the stuff on the back, I got to turn it on its side, and it's kind of a mess. But Pantagruel's Naivete, one of the best songs on this album. I love it. Again, Wreck is my favorite song on this album. But to be honest with you, even though it's my favorite song, I love all of the stuff on this album quite a bit. Black Cat was that kind of quirky, kind of jazzy song that everybody likes. This is a really good album. It was on my playlist for over a year. Currently my favorite Gentle Giant, but I have three other Gentle Giants that I haven't even put in my playlist yet, including the two that are already in there, which is the debut and Freehand. But Freehand's getting close to Long in the Tooth. May end up being one of my top favorite albums as well. So it's going up against Who's Next. This is a fantastic album. I think this is the Who's best album. Many people, I think, agree with me. It starts out with Baba O'Reilly, one of the great classic songs of all time. Teenage Wasteland, such a great tune. There is no real bad tunes on this album. Bargain, another really solid deep cut from this album. Love Ain't for... Damn, my eyesight's bad. Love Ain't for Keeping, of course. What am I thinking? Another deep cut, which is nice. My Wife is one of my favorite Who songs. It's sung and written by John Entwistle. He has a few songs, but I like this song because it's kind of quirky. I like all his stuff's kind of quirky. Then you have The Song Is Over. Yeah. Getting in Time, yeah, another good one. Going Mobile, one of the great undeveloped or unrecognized by the radio anyways, songs from The Who. Very good deep cut from them. And then of course you get to the final two tracks, final two tracks on this album, which are Behind Blue Eyes, one of my favorite songs to sing. I've long loved this song. It's always one of the first Who songs that come to mind. And then, of course, Won't Get Fooled Again, which many feel is the best Who's song of all time. And even if it isn't, it's definitely up there. It's a great track, one of the great videos of all time. Classic, well remembered. Pete Townsend jumping through the air and landing on his knees with his guitar. Fantastic. I just love this album. I love that keyboard part in that song, and then it just builds until Keith Moon destroys the drums, and then Pete and Daltrey screams, and Townsend leaps across the stage. They all got to get in on the action. And there's John Entwistle off to the side, basically saying, these guys are crazy, I'm just going to stand over here. Anyways, one of my favorite albums, an album I would have a hard time putting anything over, but this album is fantastic. So your choice, either Gentle Giant, Acquiring the Taste, or the Who's Next. I know this is a prog channel. Gentle Giant has a bit of an advantage there, but I still think this is a fantastic album. So you put your votes in the comment section down below. One of these is going to win. One of them is going to be, either this is going to be a grand champion or this is going to be a new champion. You tell me which one is going to be the forward champion. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. It's much appreciated. And we'll be back again next week with a new challenger for one of these two albums. So take care. Bye.